who knocks out everybody and no one can whoop him. That's when that little Cassius Clay from Louisville, Kentucky came up and stopped Sonny Liston, the man who annihilated Floyd Patterson twice. He was going to kill me. But he hit harder than George. His reach was longer than George. He's a better boxer than George. And I'm better now than I was when you saw that 22-year-old undeveloped kid running from Sonny Liston. I'm experienced now, professional. Jaw's been broke, been knocked down a couple times. Bad. Been chopping trees. I done something new for this fight. I done wrestled with an alligator. That's right. I have wrestled with an alligator. I done tussled with a whale. I done handcuffed lightning, throw thunder in jail. That's bad. Only last week, I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean, I make medicine sick.
Man, dude.
Fast. Last night, I cut the light off in my bedroom, hit the switch, was in the bed before the room was dark.
Incredible.
Fast.
Incredible.
You, George Foreman, all of you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him. All of you. I know you got him. I know you got him picked, but the man's in trouble. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Ads don't get me. Oh, they almost got me. How's everyone doing? Whew. Man, my adrenaline is rushing. I have not been live for a long time, but that doesn't matter. I'm just going to pretend like I have been live every day for the past year. Plus, I have enough practice that I should just be able to wing it. Plus, I don't know how else to do any of this besides winging it. So I am winging it. Ladies and gentlemen, it is May 8th, 2021, Saturday Night Live, Streams of Light. My name is Angel. It is 5:05 p.m. here. No longer in the Valley of the Sun. I am in the Rocky Mountains, Loveland, Colorado, the birthplace of myself. Couldn't be happier. Couldn't be more content. Couldn't be more excited. My heart is like boom, 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 boom. Looks like we have had some rains and winds going on and some possible thunder and lightning coming later. Will it happen during the broadcast? We'll see. It doesn't look like it now because it kind of cleared up. But either way, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here and I'm happy to be live. I have an explosive broadcast for everyone today. I have topics. These topics are topics that I've covered before on YouTube. Let me fix this door. Hold on. We got to fix this door real quick because otherwise it's going to be like... And then I got to make sure to do a quick sound check because you guys got to remember, I do everything. The clips that you guys see me put on Facebook, from TikTok, everything, the intros. I put the music together, put the GIFs together, put the background together. I do the music, I go live, I do it all. I'm like freaking Joe Rogan, Jamie, Alex Jones, and a bunch of other people. I'm like, okay, look at it this way. Have you guys seen the Pat McAfee show? He has like 10 people working for him during his show. Funny show. Not bad for sports, right? Pretty good, actually. Not gonna lie. But the thing is, all those 12 people that are doing the Pat McAfee show, I do it all live by myself. So let me just put something on this door so it doesn't go crazy on us. How's everyone doing? You like this? You should. I'll be right back. Let's see. We could put this. Let's do. What is the best thing? Maybe some. No, I got it. We'll do this. Ugh. Now the door cannot move. Now the door cannot move, my friends. Whew. I should not feel like I just got done working out, but it does. So topics today. We're going to get right into it. I'm going to start you off with this quote that I got from Stargate SG-1. By the way, that theme song from Stargate SG-1 was the last song that I just played before I came live. Creators of Stargate SG-1, specifically that song's mine now. Or at least let me borrow it. I'll give it back when I'm done. But for now, I think I'm going to be using that. So thank you. Stargate SG-1 is the best show I've ever seen. If you have not seen it, you are missing out on reality. I don't even know how that show got past me, but it's almost like a hidden gem. It's the best show I've ever seen in my life. And it came out 20 years ago. Topics today. So I covered everything on Facebook on what I was going to be touching on today, but I'll just go over it real quick. So these are the topics. Why Biden and Harris should step down as president and vice president. Trump supporters, conservatives, I know you like that, but this is not about left or right, because you know what? I don't like Trump either. I don't like any of them, but I have a compelling argument. Actually, it's just the truth. The people that are running this country right now, it's treason. You wouldn't even believe it. Like the people, we'll get into that though. But I want to remind everyone this. I don't care about the red or the blue. That's why I'm wearing the red and the blue, and some black and some white and some shoes. Wait, this way. Okay, there we go. See, white. I got all the colors. I'm representing everything. But we are not going to tiptoe around the truth tonight, my friends. We are also going to talk about the truth about QAnon. What is Q? Who is Q? What is QAnon? I've already covered who is Q or who is most likely behind Q. Why is my computer screaming at me? I know why. Too much power going on in the background. Hold on. Let's do see ya. See ya. See ya. See ya. That's good. You gonna calm down on me, computer? Jeez Louise. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it was like, rrr. You would think I was driving a Harley, but I'm not. I don't even like bikes. They're too loud. Topics. Oh, yeah, keep going, Angel. Remember, guys. Actually, don't remember anything. Forget it all, because we're about to learn everything brand new tonight. So topics, again, why Biden and Harris should step down as president and vice president immediately. And the more days they take to do that, the worse trouble the people that are running this country are going to be in. Trust me. The truth about Q. What is Q? You can Google QAnon right now and you'll find about 1,000 hit pieces on QAnon and a bunch of bullshit lies. You can YouTube Joe Rogan, QAnon, and they'll have this big fat comedian guy who I'd never heard of before talking about Q, which is hilarious. They couldn't be further from the truth. I've been there from the beginning, so I know the truth, and I'm going to share that with you. Also, everyone knows about it, especially in Colorado, but even if you're not in Colorado, everyone knows about the murals that are in the Denver International Airport. The symbolism, what does it all mean? I'm going to decode all that shit for you live. It's going to be amazing. Pardon my language, but I am live, and it is Saturday night, so work with me here. And then we're going to get into the truth about the past, real history, and we're going to talk about the future, which is going to help us understand the present. So we're going to go over that as well. And then the big one, everyone's favorite topic, Jesus Christ. We are going to unlock the truth about Jesus Christ It's going to be amazing. It might even piss off some people, but the truth is the truth is the truth, and that's all I can do, because the truth is light, and light is love, and love is laughter. So you put all those things together, you get a flour tortilla from Qdoba, and you put some nice chicken and even some steak. You double meat that shit. Put some guac in there. No beans, no rice. Maybe some corn. Definitely some corn, and maybe a little bit of cheese, just a tad, not too much, because dairy. And then boom, you serve it to everyone. The truth, that's what it is. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna serve it whether you like it or not. It's gonna taste good for the people who like the truth. Even for the people that don't like the truth, it'll be compelling either way. But yeah, I've held this back for a very long time. This is one of the main reasons. I'll get into this real quick. Also, the truth about America as well. But that's the last of my list of topics. But where was I going with that? Let's just go with the show. Let me get some water real quick and do a quick sound check, because like I said, I am the Pat McAfee Show all in one. So work with me. So work with me. Let me get some water. Shout out to Guate. What up, Guate? Stop trying to sell me insurance. Just kidding. Much love, brother. Much love. I mean that. But so let me start with this here. It is said on Stargate SG-1, one of the episodes that I watched. I think it was season 2, but it doesn't matter. But I heard this quote. That said there are two ways. There are two ways to control a society. Only two. At the very base level of it, there are only two. One is to control society through fear. That's the first way to do it. That's what we're seeing. That's what we've known our whole life. Society is controlled by fear. From the second you were born, fear was already plugged into everything. You just didn't realize it. You thought it was normal life. The second way to run a society is through hope. That's where I come in. Hope. Now, I say that humbly, but also knowing that you can't feed people false hope. So I can't tell you, hey guys, it's going to rain unicorns and everyone's going to have $1 zillion tomorrow and everyone's going to be whatever they want to be like that. I can't give you false hope, but I can give you real hope. And the truth is, the future does not look bright. It is freaking blinding, my friends. It'll blind you if you're not used to it, if you're not ready for it. So this is why I'm here. This is why I do what I do, to get you ready for it. That's what it is. So there are two ways to control society: through fear or through hope. We've seen fear our whole life. I am here to usher in the golden age of Aquarius. And doesn't that sound beautiful, though? The golden age of Aquarius, it just flows off the tongue. And a bright new future, brave new future, with the help of many others, including you, including all of you. I can't do this without anyone. Through hope. We are going to do this with nothing but hope and the truth and transparency moving forward. So I guess we can start with Biden and Kamala, right? They'll get everyone's favorite people out right off the bat. So here's the reason I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. You can do your own research on anything that I say, but I'm not going to sugarcoat shit because I've already been down this block. I've already been down the road of research. I've done the research. I've been doing this for years. I know what I'm talking about. And if anyone wants to try to debunk me, please, by any means, on anything that I say, if you want to debunk me, if you want to go that route, I really can. I'll give you my phone number, or if you could even do a live stream where you debunk me. I don't want to argue with anyone, though. I'm just here to present the truth. I just want to be everyone's friend. That's it. So I'd rather not debate. But if you really want to, I'd destroy you. So let's not go that route. Let's be friends, and let's be loving with each other. You believe in me, I believe in you, and then we'll go straight to the moon. So Kamala Harris and Joe Biden should not be president and vice president for the simple fact that the actual Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are not the actual presidents. It's not them. It's two different people. Not the same Joe Biden that you knew, let's say, 5 years ago before Obama left office. It's not the same Kamala Harris, that was, what was she, senator of California, right? They're different people now. I don't know if these people, I would have to say that there's some sort of military. And when I say military, you shouldn't automatically assume that it's Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. I'm talking universal, like galactic military. And most of you guys are not used to hearing that. But most of you guys can't even fathom the idea that we're stuck here on Earth going sideways, never going up. Don't any of you ever wonder what the hell is out there and why can't we see it? Why can't we go? Think about those things more often. I mean, everyone's like this, looking at their phone all day. Do you guys ever look up, notice anything? I do all the time. But I have some things to share with you guys, so we'll just get right into that right off the bat. So, Joe Biden. Why would Angel be saying these crazy things? I mean, everyone will find any excuse possible to say, yeah, that guy's crazy. He researches too much, or he reads too much, or you know what? He's lost it. Whatever it is. Everyone loves to at least push those thoughts out there or whatever. And you know what? The hardest part for where we're going and where we are, it's not going to be the hard part's not going to be for people like me that have already opened their minds a long time ago. The harder part are going to be for the people that think that everything they've been told is the truth. That's going to be the hardest part for everyone. So, yeah, that's all I got with that. With what I'm saying with that, those are the people that are going to struggle the most. The people that aren't listening and aren't paying attention and aren't opening their mind, they're going to struggle the most. And we must pray for those people and send them good vibes. Let me go to this next screen real quick and so Angel, if you're gonna say Joe Biden is not the real Joe Biden, you better have some damn proof. Let me do one more sound check because my mic's down there. I just want to make sure because I can't be like, hey Jamie, how's my sound check going? Uh-oh. Some damn proof. Let me do one more sound check because my mic's down there. I just want to make sure. Shout out to Guate. Jamie, how's my sound check going? Oh, shout out to Rachel. Anyone watching, do Rachel's Reiki baths. They're freaking amazing. But, so, yes, if I'm going to say that Joe Biden's not Joe Biden, I got to have some proof, right? You can't just say that. You can't just, throw shit against the wall hoping that it sticks. But sometimes you can take that shit off the wall and you could turn that shit and turn it into a shit salad. That did not come out right. Let's keep going. Okay, so bear with me here. We're going to do a screen monitor capture desktop 1. And then we're going to add this mic. Make sure you guys can hear me. Audio. Yes. Oh. Wait, that might not be. Nope, definitely not necessary. Remove. Okay, so. No. Bear with me here. This part. It's been a while. So we're going to go with video, actually, and then we're going to do boom. Okay, so we're going to make Angel smaller, put him right over here in this corner so you can still see him. And then we're going to do the screen capture, monitor capture right there. Boom, boom, boom. The number one thing I want to share with everyone, too, right now is don't fear shit. Don't fear anything. They're going to keep pushing all this fear and division tactics. Don't buy into any of that bullshit. People are getting along more than ever, believe it or not. Just not in traffic. So, okay. We can exit there. And then we can go to... Where are you, Joe Biden? Okay. So, this is current day Joe Biden, my friends. Get a good look. Let me make sure this is looking okay on my screen. I think we're good. Biden, my friends. Come on. Hello. Yeah, we're good. Okay, this is today. This is Joe Biden. All right. So let me see how this. Yeah, I mean, you guys can see it. So I don't got to keep checking it out. So here's the number one tell all to everything because I've known this. The people that are in the know, and that do their own research, this was known before the election. We were shocked that they actually decided to run Joe Biden because we knew it wasn't Joe Biden. I did vote for Donald Trump, but I gave him, 2 years, and when he didn't do the things that I voted for him to do, like just for example, arrest Hillary Clinton, and a bunch of other things. Once I saw that he wasn't going to do those things, I said he's just like everyone else. He pretty much pimped patriotism and told everyone he's going to be there for America. And they all did these fake fights in the media. It was all bullshit. You're not going to see it unless you've opened your eye. But okay, let's focus on Joe Biden. So some could say, well, people change as they age. It's been 5 years since Obama was in the White House. Biden was the vice president. People can age. People change how they look all the time because of age or, plastic surgery. But let me tell you something that will never change. I've been researching these types of things for years. I want you to focus on the ear right here. This ear has been the number one tell-all. You can find other things. You can find differences in eyes, noses, mouths, depending on which day of the week it is. Whether it's someone acting as Joe Biden with a mask, or there's some sort of CGI technology that, like, think of like a Snapchat filter where it instantly puts like a moose head as your head and it looks so real. If we have that technology, imagine what the most powerful people, powerful with quotes, in this world have. They got Hollywood all on their side, so they're going to have the best graphics you can think of. But the fact of the matter is this ear. This is current day Joe Biden. The right ear is connected to his head. You see that? Is everyone seeing that? Let's do this. Let's see here. Let's do snipping tool. Yes, snipping tool. All right, let's snip Joe Biden. Okay, so that's current day Joe Biden, right? Save it. Let's go Biden. 1. Okay. Now let's go to Joe Biden from 2016. I mean, if you don't see it right off the bat, then I can't help you. Just doing this even, like, what the fuck? There's current day Joe Biden 5 years ago. Not even freaking, I mean, it's close, right? But it's just, there's something way wrong here. And the big tell-all is the ear. So you see this ear right here, my dear? If you can't see it, you better get more near. I can't say anything else that rhymes with near because it'll be a bad word unless it's beer. Maybe later tonight I will have a beer. It's right here, my dear. The ear is not connected. The earlobe is not connected. Oh, you need more proof? Okay, here's more proof. Earlobe not connected. No connection there. No connected earlobes. Where's that? Yeah, right here. Oh. I mean, you can see it there. The earlobe is dangling, just like me. I got dangling earlobes, right? And then we'll do a little snipping tool. Let's see. Let's go back. Snipping. New. Boom. Save. I don't even think I have to do this, but just so everyone else can see it, we'll do it. Because I'm cool like that. Make this a little bit smaller. Oh, we're going to talk about this too. And this flag. Golden, all this shit. We're all there. You just don't know it yet because the media is never going to tell you. Okay, so we're going to go to picture. Okay, so we got Biden 1. Biden 2. Don't know how many people in the research community or in social media world, politic world, whatever, don't know how many of them have said anything about this. I'm pretty sure the media has already said this isn't true because they knew we were going to keep pushing this more and more and more. And when I say we, who am I talking about? Me and others. Who are the others? That's classified. So there you go. No matter how you spin it, whether it's age or plastic surgery, your earlobe's never gonna. You're not gonna attach it or detach it. You're not gonna attach it or detach it. It's not the same freaking person. So based on that alone, these motherfuckers, excuse my language, but again, we are live and it is Saturday night. Well, Saturday evening, but it'll be night soon. Plus, they're just words. This is beyond treason. What you're seeing right here, this is beyond treason. Beyond it. This would be worse. This is worse than we'll just use these terms because this is where we are right now in society. This is worse than an illegal alien from frickin'. What's the worst enemy in. We'll just. You know what? It worked. We'll just keep using it. This is like someone directly from China being president. And they're not even like, hey, you know, where's my birth certificate? None of that shit. This is not the same person. This is worse than someone lying about their identity. If you and I lie about our identity in real life, like let's say I pretend to be John Kennedy and I go work at 7-Eleven, as soon as they find out that I'm falsifying my person, my identity, guess what? Federal offense. See you later, Angel. These guys are getting away with it as president of the United States. Why? Because they know you will never say anything about it or no one will ever pay attention to it. Because all they have to do is kill off another celebrity and you'll be like, oh my God, I remember. And then you'll forget about it. Or all they'll have to do is do another cop shooting. I'll leave it at that. They'll have to orchestrate another cop shooting and then boom, everyone's talking about that. That's all they have to do because we have amnesia. This is not the United States of America right now. It's the United States of amnesia. Everyone forgets everything. No one has the possible ability to critical think about anything, let alone focus on anything that's not being fed to them through their phone 24/7. So this right here is stark. This is grade A, top tier, top of the line, above all, research and presentation because no one talks about this, but this is the truth that no one else will tell you besides a regular person who sees it and is real. I have no desire to lie to anyone. Have I ever been wrong about things? Possibly, but never on purpose. The people that are on TV, the people with the check marks, the blue check marks, the verified accounts, they'll lie to you purposely. That's their job. They'll make you feel like they're on the same team, but their job is to lie to you. And they might even give you some truth, but that some truth will reel you in. And then they'll start spitting out the bullshit, and then you'll start falling into some dumb shit, which is not the truth shit. It's a lot of shit, I know. So there you have it. That right here alone is enough. I can do video proof. There's enough out there. Let's see. Do I have it or do I have it? Here we go right here. I do have it. I have it all, baby. Right? Let's see. I think I have it. Yeah. This right here. This is CGI. Computer graphics. Well, how do I know? Well, because I've been studying this for years. Not just actually like, oh, I just came across this. I've literally been studying like the differences between what's real and what's not in video because we have reached that stage where it's going to be hard to tell, but there's always a smoking gun. What's the smoking gun here? Check it out. Look at the boom mics. They'd disintegrate from where he is. They lap over each other because that's what happens when you mix CGI from a green screen to actual video. That's what they did. They mixed it here. Piss poor, bottom tier editing. I could have done a better job. Maybe not. But I bet you most people could have done a better job than this. And this was aired live on cable television everywhere. Just focus on the hands and the mics. They're overlapping each other. That's terrible. Let me keep playing this. Why is it just forever? Come on, baby. It doesn't take a. I mean, you could see this with your eyes closed. Honestly, you could see this from 100 yards that way. You could see this from freaking Carter Lake. I'm telling you what. And Boyd Lake. And Lake Loveland. You could probably see this from Cheyenne Mountain. Alright, that's enough, right? So they're using fake video, they're using masks, they're using everything, every asset that they have when it comes to making you feel or hiding the truth from you. They're using it all. They are all in. They know the Great Awakening is here. The Great Awakening is everyone. The Great Awakening means a lot of things. Sorry, it's not too clean in here, but hey, oh well. The Great Awakening symbolizes a lot of things. Let me just focus on what it means for the world. It means everyone's waking up to the bullshit that this world is, to the bullshit that they're feeding us every day. Some are still struggling to understand that it's not the Republicans or that it's not the Democrats. It's not either one. They're actually working together. That is their game. It's like wrestling, WWF, WWE. Their whole game is to make you think that they're fighting each other. They'll get in arguments on live TV. Those videos will go viral. Oh, Donald Trump attacks Acosta, or Tucker Carlson attacks Biden. Whatever. They'll use whatever they can. But the whole game is, let's make it seem like we're fighting each other, when in reality they're all under the same umbrella, working for the same team. For far too long now, these people that are in government, politics, entertainment, Hollywood, you name it, the list goes on, have lived a very glamorous life, while the rest of us, like a pyramid, are at the very bottom. Let's make Angel bigger. Man, I'm on fire for someone who hasn't live streamed in like a month. It's like a pyramid. See the gold at the bottom? Actually, that's perfect. The gold at the bottom, that's us. We're all the humans. We are the gold. We are literally the gold. But at that base, we're holding up everyone else. At the top, you have the world leaders, the entertainers. That's what it is. I got 2 of these. This is organized. Shout out to Bryce. Bryce Barker, I believe. Like 3 years ago, he said, Angel, look into Orgonite. I did. I have this Orgonite pyramid for the masculine energy, and this Orgonite pyramid for the divine feminine energy. You put these together. I shouldn't put them right here. Sorry. Highly inappropriate. And then I also have this obsidian ball. This is like the size of a baseball. You could. And then I have the mirror. Anything you try to tell me that's a lie, I will be able to tell just by looking into your eyes. But we're not going to get into those things right now. The fact that I was trying to point out was that that's what this is. Their whole game is to make sure that we're at the bottom of the pyramid, pretending that they're on our side when they're not. That is what the game is. So where was I going with this rant? Well, not quite sure how I started it or why I started it, but the way to end it is, that's what reality is. That's what I was saying. Some people can't figure it out. They can't figure it out. You got a lot of Republicans acting like a lot of Democrats were 5 years ago when Trump won. It's the same thing. Just you guys all got to wake up. It's all a freaking game being played on your mind. They don't care which side you pick, as long as you pick a side. That is the game. That is the game. When you see that, you'll start seeing everything else for what it is. The game will be the game that is life, that is Earth right now. The circus show. You'll be able to point out things without even thinking about it, like that. How? Like that. So let's go to Kamala Harris. So we fake Joe Biden. Crazy shit, right? But it's the truth. It is the truth. And I could spend more time on that, but that's enough. That the picture is there. Kamala Harris. I don't know what in the world is going on with Kamala Harris, or Kamala Harris, whatever her name is. But here in this video, which is actually shared on her YouTube, her official YouTube, she's going through some like possession here. I don't know what the hell it is, but her eyes go black. Her face is just all over the place, and sometimes it doesn't even look like Kamala Harris. It is absolutely insane. What does Kamala Harris look like? Let's just get a regular picture up of her right now. Kamala Harris. Okay. I did not mean to laugh, but it's because she looks different all the time. So we're gonna snip this as well. Snippy, snippy. Okay. I know everyone's always used to the 30-second, 15, 20-second videos. Boom, pow, on to the next. Well, you know what? Quality and quantity mixed together are actually a really good thing, my friends. I'm telling you. Sometimes you can't just sprint through life. You got to treat it like a marathon, baby. Okay, let's just watch this.
There is so much to applaud him for about, as everyone has said, how he lived his truth, how he lived his faith, how he put that faith into action. And we have to remember, yes, it was about Bloody Sunday, and you and I and others were there. That was my last big event before the pandemic, was to be there with John, with you and so many others, to walk across the Edmund Pettus Bridge in March. But let's also remember that John Lewis was the first person to testify in the Senate hearings to get rid of DOMA and to talk about the connection between Loving versus Virginia and the LGBTQ movement for same-sex marriage.
Okay, I'm going to slow it down and mute it.
John Lewis was front and center in the fight for immigrant rights, where he talked about how immigrant rights are about civil rights. John Lewis.
Okay, so it's muted. So I encourage everyone. This is actually better if you look at it on your own as well. I encourage Oh, maybe my picture's in the way too, actually. Hold on. Forgot about that. But you'll see, like, all of a sudden her eyes, like, the whole eyeball turns black. You'll see it. You can start seeing it there. And just her facial motions. This specific video to me looked like some sort of computer graphics or filter that has maybe someone else's body with Kamala Harris's face. I don't know. But yes, it's eyes don't look like that. Your eyes don't change colors. She has green eyes, I believe. But even just the way she speaks, everything about it looks like a cartoon. Look, you see this guy on the left, I forget his name, and then you see her on the right. She looks like a cartoon. He looks like that might be real, but it could be fake also. And on the right, it looks like a computer graphic. And you see the glitches and the blemishes on her face from the glitches. That usually means it's a computer graphic video that you're watching. See how the frames drop on her face? Suddenly the frames change and it's not happening to the other guy. Yeah, that's computer graphics. And there's the eyes going very black. See what I'm saying, y'all? I'm not... This is how I know the things that I know. This is why I know what's going to happen in the future. Because I honestly, the only thing I've been wrong about things in the past is because I've put certain dates on them, and the dates haven't always panned out. And some things that I predicted or that I've shared, they haven't came out yet, but they're still gonna happen. It's still gonna happen. I can't tell you when. That I don't know. So there you have it. Those two reasons, we have two beings as president and vice president right now that aren't even the actual beings who they claim to be. Do you understand that? Can that... Do I gotta go... Whatever it is. That's what it is. It's insane. It's kind of hot here. It's insane. But that's what it is. Let's see. Let me... Maybe that'll brighten it up a little bit. That's a little bit better, right? So see that right there. When I clip this out and put on TikTok, it should get some views for sure. But isn't that crazy that this world is so lopsided and upside down right now? At least by the people who are running it. Us, we're doing better every day as people. Believe it or not. Here's a quick proof of that. Think about the first day of COVID shutdown. Excuse me. Wow. Think about the first day of COVID shutdown. And now think about today. You can't tell me that you don't feel like a better person today than what you did before COVID started. I know I am a way better person. Oh no, the sun's going down. So that's the one positive out of COVID, but that's not where I was going with that. Where was I going with that? Don't know. It left. But either way, that's what I'll say is that we're doing good actually. But the ones that are in control, they are fucking losing their shits, and they want you all to lose their shit because they know it is the end of the world. For them, not for us. We're about to jump into this golden age of Aquarius. The age of Aquarius already began. We're already in it. They just will never want you to realize that. But I can verify that to you 100%. And this is going to evolve into a golden age, which means prosperity for everyone. Not just certain people. Everyone. Like flying cars, homes in the sky, you name it, Earth, off-planet travel. I can go into the beautiful things moving forward. We have plenty of time to talk about how beautiful and how fantastic the future is going to be, and it's right around the corner. But for now, that is what they don't want us to realize, is that we're in the golden age of Aquarius, and this has all been written for centuries. This has been known for a long time. They just if you don't read books or if you don't do research, you wouldn't have a clue because no one's going to tell you. Or if you don't maybe follow people that might be in the know, or just it's out there, especially in the spiritual community. This shit's out there. And if I say things that people already know, I'm sorry. Like just, at least it's like we're on the same page. But I'm not, the way I say things isn't always so in a way that like I know things and you guys don't, but I do know things. But so do you guys. And that's where we all bridge together. But anyway, Kamala Harris and Joe Biden should step down today. And the United States Marines, the United States Air Force, the United States Navy, the United States National Guard. What am I missing? Marines, Navy, Air Force, National Guard, Space Force, but not really. All the military branches are failing the American people every day because they know this. I've shared it on their Twitter accounts, all of them. I'm not kidding. I've literally shared this shit on their Twitter accounts. They know who I am. Every fucking famous... Stop cursing, Angel. Sorry. I get too excited. Every famous person, every world leader, maybe even universal leader, knows who I am. They know who I am more than you guys know who I am. I got pretty ominous in here, didn't it? And every military, where I'm going with this is that's how I go, guys. I might go to the west, might go to the east, might go to the north, might go to the south, but I will stay within the circle and I'll do my best to do it with love. But that's how this is. I don't script anything. I get notes of the topics and then I get straight from the sun, pull that shit down, digest it, make it come back up, and then blah, you guys get it. That's how it rolls. Sorry. Where was I going? Oh, yeah. So all the military branches know this shit. They know what's going on. And honestly, if these people are committed treason, if the people that are running our government are committing treason, and the military branches know it, well, that's like if I know Jake next door, Jake from State Farm, murdered his wife, and I know that he did it, and I saw it, and I did nothing about it, I'm getting in trouble too. So every military branch has been put on notice. Now let me ask you this. What kind of person would be out of his mind to put every military branch on notice? Right? Think about that. Think about that for a second. Everything is going to be full circle today. I'm not going to hold anything back. I've held these things back for at least over a year. I should have shared this last year. I did on YouTube, not on here, because frankly, I didn't think a lot of people would be ready for it. But now it's just to the point where it's like, ready or not, it's here. You can't run from it. You can't, the truth, you can't run from it. It is what it is. So you might as well embrace it. So yes, that is where we are. Every military branch has been put on notice. They know every day that passes that Biden and Kamala Harris are in power. That's another day. That's another check mark. Marines, Navy, Air Force, all of y'all. Every day is another check mark. It's another bad notch. It's not good. No bueno. You don't, trust me, you don't want to keep doing it. The further this goes, the more unforgiving I'm going to be when the time comes to make decisions on what the punishment should be for people that committed treason and entire military entities that committed treason or that were aware of it. Now, if your feet are knee, or if your entire military branch is fucking knee deep in traitor shit, then you're probably like, you know what? We're already sinking in shit. Might as well sink till we die. You want to take that route and save the taxpayer some money? Go right ahead. That is your call, not mine. Because I tell you what, the penalty for treason can be punishable by death. But the last thing I or anyone else that is going to be a part of this team moving forward is going to want to do is sentence anyone that committed treason to death. Why? Why give them the easy way out? They'll make them stay in prison for as long as they can live. So yeah, there's not going to be an easy way out unless you want to take it out on yourself. I just broke the fifth wall or the fourth wall. I don't know which one it is, but either way, that's how this shit rolls. Let's keep it moving. So again, every day that Biden and Harris are in power, that's another notch for the people that are supposed to, or the branches of the military that are supposed to be protecting the people. Can't say that enough. Am I clear? So what would happen? I don't know. I mean, Joe Biden, they've shown him falling downstairs. He could barely put a sentence together these days. I tend to stutter every now and then. It's a normal thing for me. I find it hilarious when I stutter. So does everyone else apparently. But I don't know if they're planting the seed for Joe Biden to die, and then maybe Kamala Harris says, you know what, I'm not fit to be president. I'm dropping out. What happens if Biden and Kamala Harris both cannot be president? Speaker of the House, which is Nancy Pelosi, I believe, she would become interim president, and there would be a special election. So that's when the military would come in. I don't know which branch. I don't know. The president has control over all military branches, which is fantastic. For the future anyway. But that's what happens. If Biden and Harris both step down, they would put the Speaker of the House as temporary president, and they would set a date for a special runoff election, a brand new election, which would be great if it happened this year because I just turned 34. Let's say Biden croaks and then Harris is like, yo, I can't be president for whatever reason, or they're like, you know what, this was all CGI. Angel was right. This is treason. We need a new election to see who's going to be president. Perfect. Let's do it in November. It's May 8th right now. We'll do it this November, and we'll have a special election, and we'll do the election in November, just like we'll do a redo of 2020. If Trump wants to run again, he can run again. If The Rock wants to run again, he can run, not run again, but he can run. Tucker Carlson, anyone from CNN, LeBron James, any famous person, any past politician, any up-and-coming social media star, any superstar athlete, I don't give a shit. You will never defeat me because I will do things that are supposed to be done, and I will never lie. I will tell the truth and be transparent. And everything that I say I'm going to do that squared. Like the things that I say I'm going to do are just a small taste. But in reality, there's going to be so much more that you wouldn't believe it. No other candidate in this world would do even a tenth of what I'm going to do. And I know that. And debating any of these guys, I've already debated every single one of these persons, whether they're famous, whether it's The Rock, my childhood hero, or LeBron James, or even Peyton Manning, Donald Trump again, his son. I don't care. You can't beat what is meant to be. You can't do it. If God has my back, then that's all I need. If God is with me, who could be against me? Talk to God every day, baby. So that's why I say that fearlessly. It does not matter. But I'm not going to get too excited about that right now. What does matter is this. Do the special election in November, and then boom. The inauguration will be in January. That's when it usually is. That's when it always is, the following January of the next year. So boom, we'd be sitting here. It's I think the 21st of every January or something like that. I've done my research, but it's a little bit foggy with the inauguration day. But it'd be January 21st, I believe, 2022. Well, guess what? My birthday is January 5th. So January 5th, I would be 35. So if you're elected as president, the minimum age you have to be is 35 at the day of inauguration. So at the day of inauguration, I would be 35 years old and about 15 days because my birthday is January 5th. Plus I would be the youngest president in history, which is perfect because that's the kids, your guys' kids, the people that are watching, y'all that have kids, they are going to live such fantastic lives. You wouldn't believe it. I've touched on these things before. I'm going to touch on them more in the future, but I guarantee you this. I bet, especially the younger kids, the little kids, if they saw this, they'd be like, yeah, I want to vote for him. Easily. They could put me in a debate. They could get The Rock, Donald Trump, LeBron James, Tucker Carlson, Peyton Manning, any of them. They could put them all on the line, and it could be like 10 versus Angel, and I'll just, whatever, one-on-one, boom, 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 over and over again, nonstop. Nothing can stop what is coming. Do you see what I'm saying? Nothing or no one. This was written long ago, my friends. But enough about that because I'm getting way too hyped. How long have I been going? 55 minutes? Jeez Louise. We have topics to talk about. So let's get right into... Man, I want to talk about... Real quick. We're going to talk about Q here in a second. Q and what QAnon is here in a second. So work with me here. I have to just we're already on like presidents and shit. So I've already shared with everyone what I'm going to do. The 5 easy things. It's not, let's just go to it. Let's just go to it. So Ronald Reagan. Okay. I'm so glad that's muted. Let's go to, no. Not that account. Switch account. There we go. Streams of light. Okay. Pause. Videos. My videos. Okay. No, I didn't want to go there. Your channel. Alright, so let me go. I'm already on this screen here. So I'll just run it through you guys real quick. So this is the first one I want to touch on right here, actually.
Reason for federal tax to exist.
Oops. That is Slow Angel. My bad, folks. Try that again, Angel. Try it again, bro.
There's no reason for a federal tax to exist. IRS would be completely abolished. How do you like that? So you know what else that means? That means that if you buy your house and you've paid off your mortgage and you own your house, you're not going to pay taxes on it because I will. Excuse me, I get too excited. I will outlaw.
Taxes outlawed.
There's no reason for a federal tax to exist.
So I want to start there because a friend of mine brought up the perfect question. I'll just keep playing this. Actually, we'll start there with taxes. We'll keep it there. A friend of mine said, "Well, if how could you not charge taxes? How are you going to run the government?" And at first I was like, is she really saying this? But then I was like, you know what? That's good practice, so thank you. And the fact of the matter is, guys, there have been great civilizations in the past that flourished and lived in golden ages. Not only did they not have currencies, they didn't have taxes. You can't tax people when there's no currency, right? But you never needed taxes. The federal tax wasn't implemented until 1909, I believe. 1909. So how the hell did America survive before that? But here's the biggest part that everyone needs to understand is, guys, money is fake. Everything. The economy is fake. What you're looking at right now is the national debt right now. Can anyone tell me that number that you're seeing right there? This is the national debt today. It's growing by the second. It's not millions, guys. It's not billions. It's not even a few trillion. It's literally 28 trillion, 176 billion, 577 million, 478,000. I can't, 298. It's going too fast. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what does that mean? Well, let me make this bigger for everyone. This is so funny. It's laughable because that 28 trillion is $85,000 for every single person in America. What does this mean? America's growing debt is the result of simple math. Each year there is a mismatch between spending and revenues. When the federal government spends more than it takes in, we have to borrow money to cover that annual deficit. Hold the front door. Did you just say we? You said when the federal government spends more than it takes in, we. What's this we shit? Oh, now it's we, huh? Now it's we. But the first half of that sentence is not we. It's the federal government. So I repeat, when the federal government spends more than it takes in, we have to borrow money to cover that annual deficit, and each year's deficit adds to our growing national debt. Historically, our largest deficits were caused by increased spending around national emergencies like major wars of the Great Depression. Today, our deficits are caused mainly by predictable structural factors: our aging baby boom generation, rising healthcare costs, and a tax system that does not bring enough money to pay for what the government has promised its citizens. It's your fault, America. It's your fault. It's not the government's fault. It's your fault. It's all you boomers. How dare you? Do you see the bullshit here? I'm not playing around. I should not make this funny. I hate to go from 0 to 100 and 180 on everyone real quick. But do you see this bullshit? Don't sit there and tell me that we need taxes for society to continue and to flourish when the freaking government that runs our country is $28 trillion in debt. It's all fake monopoly money. The only thing that matters is that you think that there's an economy. Man, I'm getting too hype. Calm down, Angel. Bring it down. Is that you think that there's an economy and that you better make sure people are getting jobs and minimum wage better be low because it'll throw off. It's all bullshit, guys. It's all bullshit. The only thing that matters is that you're at the bottom of this pyramid. The gold at the bottom of this pyramid, holding up the entire system, which is Hollywood, Republicans, Democrats, and everything in between. That's all that matters. The money's fake. It's all fake. Do you hear me? I haven't paid taxes in 3 years. Not going to pay them ever again. And before anyone burps something out of their mouth, let me tell you something. I did the research. Taxes are optional. They're not mandatory, especially federal taxes. Specifically federal taxes. They're optional. They're not mandatory. I watched a hearing in Congress, at the end of 2018 where an outside agency, not a government entity, audited the Clinton Foundation and found over millions. An angel means millions. See, I would destroy The Rock. That was the first autobiography that I ever read in my life, was The Rock. He was my childhood hero. So I would love to run against The Rock. Are you kidding me? Be a dream come true. If you smell what I'm cooking. I'd come out to the debate with his theme song. I would quote... anyway, let's keep going. Where was I going with this? It's all fake. It's all fake. All the money's fake. I was going somewhere with this, though. Come on, Angel. Millions and millions. For the millions and millions. Lost it. Doesn't matter. You guys get my point here. It's all fake. It's always been fake. So let me tell you something here. We're going to talk about Q. We're going to talk about the truth about history. And, that's what I was going to say. Taxes. Sorry. Good thing I wrote this down. Again, guys, I'm doing this by myself. It's live. Everything. I'm doing the computer work and this and you. Not an excuse, but hopefully you can keep some patience with me. They found millions of tax evasion, aka federal tax fraud, in the Clinton Foundation. It was all there. Mark Meadows from the Freedom Caucus was the guy running the show. There was Democrats in there in the hearing, Republicans. There was a Freedom Caucus. They were all there, and they did not want to prosecute Hillary. They did nothing. She got away with millions of tax fraud. And then all you have to do is Google Trump taxes right now. And you'll see that Trump hasn't paid taxes in like the last 11 out of the last 15 years because they just declassified that. It just got put out there. So if these people that are the rich and famous and presidents aren't paying taxes, why are you? Because they make you think that that's what reality is, and if you don't, they're going to come after you. They'll never do it. And if they do, you know what you can do? As soon as they knock on your door, you can do that. And you could tell them, you better get off my front porch before I turn you into Old Yeller. Trust me, I wouldn't tell you that if it wasn't the truth. But to be sure, when I am president, I will definitely abolish the IRS right off the bat. The IRS's actual building is not even in the United States. It's an offshore entity. They're not even on U.S. soil. So it's pretty much like aliens taxing people, which is, oh man, I go down that rabbit hole, but I'm not going to. So, yeah, if Hillary Clinton's not paying taxes and if Trump's not paying taxes, I ain't paying shit either, motherfuckers. Sorry. Damn, that's like 6 bad words already. That's pretty bad. Maybe we can keep it at 6. So now we go to Q. This is so fun for me. But we're gonna this mixes together. So the DIA with Q, we're gonna mix that together. The symbolism with the DIA and Q, it goes one in one. Because what is Q? There are several numerous ways to explain it. There's not just one meaning. Multiple meanings exist for a lot of what the operation of Q was. What a ride it's been, I tell you what. You wouldn't believe what I know. You just wouldn't. But that's not the point tonight. So there are the meaning behind Q, it's multiple. It's not just one, there are several. I've covered the JFK Jr. part of that. The media loves to mock that, but I know that one day I will be laughing back. I just know it. But we're not going to cover that part. We will cover other meanings to what Q is. And I got proof to back it all up with Q drops as well. But let's go to the DIA because that ties into all this. Let me get this Joe Biden. You guys all you got to do is type in Joe Biden 2015, look at pictures, and then compare it to Joe Biden pictures from now. You'll see what I see. And what everyone else in the research world is seeing. Do you feel me? So, let me pull up this picture real quick. These are the murals from the DIA. Oh, I gotta save him. Denver International Airport. Everyone's seen him or heard about him or seen pictures of him. What do they mean? I have that. So in conclusion, taxes are bullshit, and the economy's bullshit. And if you don't understand that, then you're not awake yet. And I'm sorry, I can't help you there. Download, 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 download. I can't wake you up. That's one thing too, is that you can't wake people up. They got to see it on their own. There's just no other way around it. So I think Q said 4 to 6% will be completely lost forever. They'll never be able to grasp what reality is moving forward because they're that brainwashed. Those are the people that I fear for. Well, you shouldn't fear, but we got to help those people. Okay, so everyone's seen this one, right? At the airport, the Nazi-looking soldier with the sword and the AK-47 or whatever that is, the Beretta. I don't know guns. I've never shot a gun in my life. I don't think, just a BB gun. Shout out to my dad for letting me shoot a BB gun. Everyone's seen this one. It's very apocalyptic. That's what that one is, but that's not what we're talking about today. Even though, the Dove of Peace is, the swords in the Dove of Peace. Symbolism. But this is the one that I want to talk about because this is what we're talking about today. Is it this one? This is a part of it. That's a small part of it. That's not the whole one. Excuse me. Here we go. This is the one. Okay. So here you also see, it's crazy that this is a freaking mural at the Denver International Airport, but the truth is, the powers that were, whether it's the CIA, clowns in America, or anyone that's in government, anything that's like not public knowledge, it's been stationed here in Colorado for a very long time. We are at the epicenter of the deep state. It's all underground from DIA to Cheyenne Mountain Complex. It's all connected. It's all underground, and I feel bad for the people that think that they're going to get away with anything. It's going to be hilarious to see this all pan out. So that's why they put this here, because they thought it'd be freaking hilarious to throw everything in everyone's face. Hey, look, guys, not only are we taking over Colorado, which will be and probably is, but if not, it definitely will be the new capital of America. Maybe even the capital of the world moving forward. Do you hear what I'm saying? Write that one down. We're in the capital of the world. This is Earth. This is the epicenter. They're all here. We're all here. Buckle up. But so what they're doing here is there's a lot of apocalyptic symbolism. You have the dead jaguar / panther, and then the dead blonde girl on the right, and then the dead black maybe woman on the left. I hate to say these colors, but I hate it. I hate colors so bad because they make no sense. No one's actually really white, and I don't believe no one's actually black either. I don't even know what you would classify me, because my skin tone is like, you can see it there. And then my hairs in the last year are turning gold. So my hairs shine gold on my arms, and my hair gets a red tint now. My hair's like going from black to red or light brown. I don't know what the hell's going on, but my whole body's changing. Plus I could do cool shit like that. Oh, you didn't see that. I could do things with my body. You might hear pops here and there, but my body is not the same that it was. Like, I'm more athletic and more flexible, and I could do better things now with my entire body than what I could do when I was in high school playing sports. Imagine that. I'm 34. But that's not the point. The point is this. This picture here. I don't know why I got into skin. I can go on rants like a mother, but that's not important right now. Sorry, I'll stop. So you see, like, the apocalypse here, the dead black person, the dead in. See, I hate these terms. I hate them. but we'll go the dead person on the left, the dead person in the center, and then the dead person on the right. That's literally what this is, guys. You have the indigenous in the center, right? The indigenous being in the middle. And then you could say white people on the left and then black people on the right. They are murdering us by pinning us against each other. That's what this is. That's what they've done. Divide and conquer. Read a freaking book. Sorry, God, I'm so on one today. And then you have the dead jaguar, which is insane because that has everything to do with like Quetzalcoatl and Tlaloc. And that's what we're going to be talking about. So what is the symbolism behind? What does this mean? Okay. Do you guys see this bird right here? That's like in a paradox or like a cube boxed in, not free, right? You guys see it. What bird is that? Well, if you zoom in on this picture, it says Quetzal. All right? Quetzal. What's a Quetzal? That's a bird. It's a bird that is from Mexico and South America. It is the most beautiful bird you will ever see. And what they're doing here is they're symbolizing that they're throwing it in our face that if we're going to divide and conquer the people here of this land, we're going to burn everything to the ground, and you can't do nothing about it because we have the Quetzal, the bird, boxed in. What's the significance behind that? This is where it gets fun. Quetzal, or Quetzalcoatl. Do you feel me? Work with me here. Quetzalcoatl. Man, I love it when shit gets real. Who is Quetzalcoatl? Let's get into it. Sorry. It's been a long time. It's been a very long time. Okay, Quetzalcoatl, where are you, my friend? What? There we go. So 500 years ago, we'll get into that part here in a second. 500 years ago, the Spaniards invaded North America. Mexico was like Wakanda. If you don't know what Wakanda is, Google Wakanda or watch the Black Panther. The funny thing is, and I know this is going to butthurt some people, but the Black Panther story is more relevant to Mexican history than it is to African history. Sorry, but it's the truth. But let me just focus on this. 500 years ago, the Spaniards came. Hernan Cortez is the way to say it in English. And they murdered. They went through all the cities, infiltrated the systems, befriended people because the people there were peaceful, kind, and very open arms. You know how they say, I remember back in the day we used to talk to our neighbors and everyone was open with each other. Not anymore. Well, even way back then, it was way more than that. If you walked into these cities, they would probably, if you were an outsider who they didn't know who they were, they'd probably greet you and say, hey, are you hungry? We'll give you some food. That's how it was. The whole sacrifice stuff with the Mayans and Aztecs, all bullshit. That's all falsified bullshit. Many sacrifices have been made, but not people being sacrificed. No cannibalism. That's all a fucking lie. I've done the research. I can provide the truth, the proof, and everything under the roof. Just give me a chance, but not tonight. 500 years ago, Hernan Cortez went through all the cities in North America, one by one, and sent by the Queen and King of Spain, connected and in lieu of or via the Queen of England. So they found out about these thriving civilizations, advanced civilizations where technology and science and astronomy, astrology, everything you can think of, everything about the history, how everything's aligned up there in the cosmos, it was already figured out at that point. So they ravaged all the towns, all the cities. They murdered and tortured the men and the boys, and they raped the what's that? Sorry, text. What? Okay. They raped the women and girls, and most of the women they killed, and a lot of the girls they kept as their slaves. They went through city by city, millions and millions and millions were murdered. And we were already living like kings back then, and we had civilization. Like everything was advanced. Like they make it seem like we were so primitive in the past. That's all a bullshit lie. Past civilizations were way beyond where we are right now. The only difference is they didn't have television. But we can get into that another time. And so they pretty much, that was the real Holocaust. The real Holocaust was what they did to North America in the 1500s. That is way worse than any other atrocity that has happened in modern or in the last, actually maybe even world history. Because the numbers and the way they did it was absolutely the most disgusting thing in the history of this earth. And the worst part about it is, for doing those things, for raping women and girls and torturing boys and men and killing them and murdering them all, burning down all their cities, taking all their artifacts, all their treasures. Their reward for those cowardice acts was being called conquerors or conquistadors. Craziest thing, and everyone's just like, yeah, they were the conquistadors. No, they were the murderers. Are you kidding me? So that's some background there. Now, the king at the time of Teotihuacan, that's where they got Wakanda from. Wakanda in Black Panther. Wakanda. It's from Teotihuacan. That was like the capital. Teotihuacan. Get it? Teotihuacan. Teotihuacan. What do they get it in the Marvel movie? Or what do they say? Wakanda. It's the same thing. Teotihuacan. Wakanda. Same shit. They love inverting this shit and throwing it in your face because they don't ever think you're going to notice it. But I see it all, baby. So the king, Montezuma was... he was awaiting the return of Quetzalcoatl, which was going to be a light-skinned, bearded man, and he was going to help, whatever. They looked at him like a god, like a messiah figure. That's what it was. And so Montezuma thought Cortez was Quetzalcoatl, so they let him in. They didn't realize that they were about to be exterminated. But that's what happened. So since then, everyone has. I don't know how many people know the truth about it, but the actual truth, when you hear the people speaking the truth about what happened during these times, you'll cry, whether you're a man or a woman. It is the saddest thing, because all you could do is visualize our own families and our kids and nephews, nieces, grandkids, whatever you name it. If you could visualize any of them going through the things that they went through in Mexico, through the land of North America, I should say, you wouldn't believe it. You couldn't even make a movie about it. It's that bad. It's the worst things that you can do to humans they were doing to the people of this land. So, Quetzalcoatl. They say that there's a few names for Quetzalcoatl. It's Quetzalcoatl, that's how he was known in Mexico. And then there's Kukulkan, that's another name for him. And then there's Amaruca. Oh no, Amaru, like Tupac Amaru Shakur It's Amaru. So that's what they called Quetzalcoatl in Peru, was Amaru. So the truth behind how America got its name, it's not from Amerigo Vespucci. That's the biggest bullshit lie. That's just another lie that they put out there. Because the last thing they want you to do is realize, like, who are the indigenous people here and the powers that they have. That is the very last thing they want you to do. But they, when this land was found, it was Amaruca, which means the land of Quetzalcoatl. The land of Quetzalcoatl. You can look this up. You don't believe me? Google Amaruca, the land of Quetzalcoatl. You'll connect the dots. You'll see it. This is not something I made up. It's all there. Where's my book? Where's my book? Where is my book? I had it right here. Give me a sec here. This book's important. This specific... Where did I put this damn book? Damn it, Angel. Let's see. Oh, here it is. See, I've been reading for a long time, guys. This book right here is by Manly P. Hall. The cover, this is how long I've had it. The cover's fallen off, but this is what it is. The Secret Destiny of America. Manly P. Hall. Manly P. Hall's two classic works on the hidden history and occult mission of America, The Secret Destiny of America and America's Assignment with Destiny. Each redesigned and reset in this special 2-in-1 volume. Manly P. Hall was widely regarded as a sage and a teacher, steeped in the wisdom of antiquity, was one of the leading esoteric scholars of the 20th century. And he founded the Philosophical Research Society in Los Angeles, which continues his educational mission. So this is legit scholar written shit. This is top tier shit. And here's what I'm about to throw it away again. So this talks about everything. This breaks it all down. The real history of America. I read this. My brother bought me this book like maybe it's 2021, maybe like 8 years ago. So this is what I want everyone to understand right now. Again, I might be going a little bit all over the place, but it all has to do with Q, the Aztecs and the Mayans, and the secret destiny of America, the truth about America, and even the truth about Christ. Okay, so chapter 12. This is going to be quick. You'll understand it. Work with me here. This is classes in session, my friends. I say that humbly. So, Western culture 1,000 years before Columbus. That's chapter 12. In the Mexican... Let me bring this up here so you guys understand that I'm serious. In the Mexican area, the civilization then existing was the most advanced on the earth. You see, when I was just telling everyone that Teotihuacan, Mexico, it was like a freaking super advanced society, super advanced land, like cultures, you name it, people, super advanced. It was just like Wakanda, the way they depict Wakanda in the movies. Maybe not just like it, but you know what I'm saying. I didn't just pull that out of my ass. I learned it's best to not pull things out of your ass. It's actually best to find the truth and then present it and then be like, hey, you thought I was pulling that out of my ass? Well, look, it's from the book, bitch. Man, I'm way too hyped. When I curse, I'm not cursing at anyone. It's just sailor. I'm pretty sure my dad was a sailor or a pirate in a past life. And I think I get the bad language from his... Never mind. The ancient... Okay, so again, do you hear what that means? Let me... Damn it, I just lost my spot. Okay, there we go. So we'll do that. Page 85. There we go. Okay, so again, in the Mexican area, the civilization then existing was the most advanced on Earth. The ancient Mayas and Aztecs, or Mexicas, Tenochcas, I know my shit, had massive public buildings and observatories in at least 100 cities, and these were connected by broad paved highways. Rulers were elected by the common agreement of the people. The Mayas and Aztecs and Mexicas Tenochcas, I might add that part, hold the world record for a continued peace of 500 years. No wars, no fighting for 500 years. That is a world historical record. Do you hear me? The Mayas hold the world record for a continued peace of 500 years. This has been attributed to their having possessed no monetary symbol or currency for goods exchanged. Do you hear what I just said? Did you hear what I just said? Do you hear me? Do you feel me? Let's go over it again. The Mayas hold the world record for a continued peace of 500 years. This has been attributed to their having possessed zero monetary symbol or currency for goods exchange, which means money didn't exist, yet they were flourishing. They had observatories in hundreds of cities. Everyone ate well. Society was thriving. Technology was fantastic. They knew everything about the cosmos, the stars, the astrological alignments, everything. So you can't tell me that you need taxes or that you need an economy for everyone to be happy and for this place to thrive and for our life and our world to be fantastic. Because that's what it should be. We didn't come here to fucking pay taxes, guys, and get a job. You know what? The Aztecs believed that work was punishment, because it is. What do they make the slaves do? They put them to work, right? It's the same thing. We're slaves with jobs. Some of us have broken out of the wages and work for ourselves. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That's great. But the fact is, you can have a thriving society, flourishing, one of the most advanced in history, without money. It's possible, which means you can have it without taxes. I need some water. Excuse me. So that's what it is. That's what I wanted to share. That was the most important thing. But let me just finish this out. So again, longest reigning time for peace in history, 500 years, no wars, nothing. No money, no currency system, no exchange for goods. Everyone just did their part, and people had purpose. If everyone has purpose, I mean, that's why we're here. We all need purpose. That's the most important thing that we need, is purpose and love. Love is, you can't do without love. Love is fantastic. So theirs was the first democratic state on a continent set aside for the perfection of the dream of democracy. Long before the coming of the Spaniards, the spirit of human equality, human cooperation, and freedom of worship had flourished here. You know what? You know what they had back then in Teotihuacan? They had what was called the Island of the Woman, almost like the Amazons with Wonder Woman. You know, they had an island just for these women, and they were all like noble warriors. We had that. Like, that's what they called it, the Island of the Woman. This is where women would go to study and learn whatever life path they chose. It would be like a university, but they had their own island. So it was like a university / island where it was just the women perfecting themselves, and the men were doing their own things as well, perfecting themselves. But the women had their own power, their own right, and their own they had a queen. So each society, each little group in that Teotihuacan, let's just stick with Teotihuacan. They had like four princes and princesses, or kings and queens. So women were running shit back then. Women had power. They weren't looked at. They weren't belittled. All the belittling of women, it didn't come from us. It came from Hollywood. It all came from Hollywood and music. It's not something that was primitive. That's not, women were always held up like goddesses and queens, because that's what you are. Especially from the Aztecs and Mayas and Mexicas. So it's funny how the media plays both sides. They push the degrading of women in the 90s through hip hop music and other kinds of music and entertainment world, and then they make you feel bad about it 10 years later when they were the ones doing it the whole time. Anyway, the point is that women were flourishing as goddesses in these times before the Spaniards came. And so that tells you what the future, like this, women are so amazing. They just kick ass. But yeah, they were definitely noble warriors, scholars, teachers, astronomers, astrologers, all that. They were everything. Queens, they ran shit like nothing. Because, I mean, you're seeing it today. You see a lot of powerful women. Not people on TV, guys. You got to get out of that TV shit. And you got to start looking at the mirror. Turn off that television and look at yourself. Find out where your birth chart is, where your planets are. If anyone needs help with that, eventually I'll be able to start helping with that more often. But find out, you'll find your life path. I was convinced once I looked at my birth chart and what it all meant, and once I learned how to read the birth chart, which I have books for that too, and what the alignments of my planets meant, I knew. I was like, I was born to lead. I was a natural born leader. Like, that was my whole purpose here, was to lead. And so now we're seeing it. But Quetzalcoatl, now you know the history. I had to backtrack a little bit. So the Mayan calendar, actually it's not the Mayan calendar. It's the calendar of the sun. It's the Aztec calendar of the sun. It's the Aztec calendar of the sun. It's not even the Mayan calendar. They use similar things, or they might have borrowed it, or they were all working together, right? But I referred it more so as the Aztec calendar of the sun. So everyone pushed out the world was gonna end in 2012. No. That meant a few things. The end of the solar calendar meant that it was the end of the fifth world, the end of the fifth sun. So there have been 5 suns. The end of 2012 birthed a new sun, which is the 6th sun. The 5th sun is the 5th sun of consciousness. So in order for us to get to the 6th sun, we had to become fully conscious of who we are and what we are. And many, including myself, are already on that path, or have already been down that path, or are just starting it, or maybe might start it now. But once you become conscious, once you've reached the 5th sun of consciousness, which we are there now, or past as of 2012, and since 2012, pretty much that's what everyone's been trying to do, is wake up to what's really going on, and maybe even to who they really are. I can only speak for myself, but once we achieve consciousness of who we are and what we are, that opens a door for what? The 6th sun, the 6th sun of justice. So before there could be justice on all these bad things that have happened to everyone, not just Mexico, I'm pretty sure everyone who sees this has gone through some ridiculous bullshit, and you probably don't even realize how much wasn't your fault. I'm telling you. But before there can be justice for all the upside down stuff that have been going on in this world, we had to become conscious. It's already there. That's where we're at. So the end of the Aztec calendar / Mayan calendar was 2012. It was not the end of the world. It was the end of the 5th sun. We are now in the 6th sun of justice. We've been waiting for you. So that's where I throw in this symbolism here. Quetzalcoatl, Tlaloc, 47, the sun, justice. Do you feel me? And I'm not, again, the people that think that I'm pulling this shit out of my ass. I'm not. Let's see here.
We listen to the voice of the laws of nature
y hacemos caso,
and we pay attention.
usamos los 4 colores de maíz que nosotros en México tenemos:
We use the 4 colors of corn which we in Mexico have:
blanco, azul, rojo, amarillo.
white, blue, red, and yellow.
Nosotros creamos nuestra propia evolución,
We create our own evolution.
florece nuestro cuerpo,
Our body flowers.
es decir, se espiritualiza
That is to say, it spiritualizes itself
y llega a la luz del universo, del sol.
and it arrives to the light of the universe, the sun.
Estamos en armonía con nuestro origen
We are in harmony with our origin.
y además creamos una nueva tierra
And besides that, we create a new earth
si seguimos las leyes de la naturaleza.
if we follow the laws of nature.
Okay, so this is an Aztec / Mayan elder teacher, Andres Segura. He's dead now, but the work that he did, you wouldn't believe how much of an impact it is going to be on this world, because this helped me so much. But that's where we're at. Let's go over to this screen now. So this is the reason why I shared that, was because of this. We can end Kamala Harris. We can end Joe Biden. Okay. So let me make this bigger. Quetzalcoatl and Tlaloc. That's how you say those 2 words, right? Quetzalcoatl and Tlaloc. So bear with me here. Try your best to keep up. This is where it gets a little bumpy, but fun. This is the fun part of the roller coaster. Ready or not, here it comes. So Quetzalcoatl es el soplo divino de la energía espiritual. My Spanish isn't perfect, but it's good enough. Tlaloc es agua divina que reproduce la energía material. So what we're talking about here is spiritual energy and material energy. Okay, that's what Quetzalcoatl and Tlaloc, that's what they were. They're combined. So that's what all of this is. We are evolving. You just don't know it yet. Maybe I shouldn't say we, I don't know. But this is how I see it. Most of this, what I'm about to say, I'm only speaking for myself. What you believe, what your life path is, that's your thing. That's not me. I'm only telling you what I am. Okay? Is that loud and clear? Okay, so the third approximation of the same divinity representation is found in a pair of religious figures opposite and complementing. For our ancestors, all that existed in the world was formed by 2 types of energy. One was luminous and the other one was spiritual. Luminous energy is the essence of the material world, because matter in its most intimate nature is made of energy. In our days, it is easier to understand this advanced understanding of the world because we know that the smallest matter part is composed of atoms, right? Protons, neutrons, electrons. Part is composed of atoms, and these in turn by small energy loads. So what we call matter is not more than energy condensed into varying degrees. Tlaloc's face then in serpentine, but not only that, it is also human, because the image of Tlaloc represents a face formed by the meeting of 2 snakes joining their snouts together, face that usually sits on the body of a man or woman. The ancient grandparents symbolically, I don't got to get into all this. What you need to know is this. Here's the other part. The second energy that constituted the world was the spiritual energy generated by all living entities. So the spiritual energy and the material energy, Quetzalcoatl and Tlaloc combined, that's what we're doing. And that's what we're doing now as we turn into this age of Aquarius, this 5th dimensional world, 5D. We are 5D. We're not going to be in 3D. We just got past 4D. We are now 5D. 5D is live right now. If you don't understand what I'm saying, Google 3D, 4D, and 5D. We had to get past the people that were controlling us, which were 4D, the low tier 4. That's your presidents, the people they're like the guardians from keeping us to the 5D, which was the entire system we were in, Hollywood. Everything was meant to keep us from realizing who we are, which is we are energy, we are light, we are luminous energy, we are materialized energy. But that's what we're doing. We're combining the material world and the spiritual world, mixing it together, the astral plane and the earth plane right now, combining, converging into one. There's going to be a lot of crazy shit that you're going to see, but it's going to be fantastic, most of it. That is where we are, Quetzalcoatl and Tlaloc. Many people do not understand this, even people that are Mexican and study this. It's the same being. It's the same being. You think of the Black Panther from the Marvel movies. What is the Black Panther? He is a warrior king. He is the Black Panther warrior. So he defends his country as the Black Panther superhero. And he's also the king. Do you understand that? That is the light and the dark. That is fire, water. That is it. That is the what is it? The yin and the yang, my friends. Masculine and feminine energy. That is what everyone is. You are both. If you're a man, if you're the manliest man, guess what? You still have divine feminine energy inside of you that you have to activate if you want to reap the benefits of it. AKA evolve into a more powerful being. Do you understand what I'm saying? Quetzalcoatl and Tlaloc are the same being. They have been afraid of the return of Quetzalcoatl because Quetzalcoatl is pretty much Superman. Do you understand what I'm saying? What they thought Quetzalcoatl was just some, sun god, right? Or many different, god of the winds, right? God of light, you name it. He has a lot of nicknames. Tlaloc is a god of thunder, god of rain, god of storm, god of lightning. It's amazing, isn't it? This is always the hard part, but it's the truth, so I just got to roll with it. Quetzalcoatl and Tlaloc, let's see, let's go to the Mass. Follow me here. So this is in the British Museum because, like I said, the Queen of England sent the Spanish conquistadors to murder everyone in Mexico or North America and take all their riches. So the mask of Quetzalcoatl / Tlaloc is in the British Museum today. Isn't that funny? This mask is believed to represent Quetzalcoatl or the rain god Tlaloc. Both are associated with serpents. The mask is formed of two intertwined loops. Blah, 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 blah. Here's what you need to understand out of that. Quetzalcoatl and Tlaloc are the same. It's the same being. It's the same being. Again, think of it like King T'Challa as the Black Panther meets the Black Panther. No, excuse me. King T'Challa. Sorry. In the movie The Black Panther, King T'Challa is the character who is king of Wakanda. But he also is the Black Panther. So he's king and the superhero mixed into one. Do you understand that? That makes perfect sense, right? So, Tlaloc. Let's go back to Tlaloc. It's getting kind of dark in here, isn't it? And trust me, this whole Quetzalcoatl DIA shit, it's all going to come full circle. You got to go through these points, trust me. Let's see, where's that picture? There's that picture. So, this is Tlaloc. It's like he's taking a selfie. This is how they depicted Tlaloc. I don't know exactly where this picture derived from or how old it is, but as you see, it says down here, Corazon Mexica, because Mexico was not Mexico, it was Mexico. Mexicans were not Mexicans, they were Mexicas. Sounds way better, right? Mexicas. Sorry. This is Tlaloc to your right. Or, yeah, this way. So, in the end, you combine Quetzalcoatl and Tlaloc, you get pretty much King T'Challa and the Black Panther from Wakanda. It's the same thing. Together combined, you rise your energy and your vibration and your frequency, right? And you get all the bad shit out. Start growing, start becoming more spiritual. Starts opening the door to becoming who you are, which is a spiritual, magnificent, fantastic human being. And what you're seeing here is the same thing that you're seeing here. Does that make sense? It's like me looking in the mirror. I gotta put that into words. That's what this is. So to back up the fact that Quetzalcoatl and Tlaloc are the same thing, I've actually seen it in books online because it's probably somewhere on my computer where it's what it was. The full name was, I don't know if it was Tlaloc Quetzalcoatl or Quetzalcoatl Tlaloc. I don't know exactly how they did it, but that's what it was. So think of Quetzalcoatl, because Quetzalcoatl means, but the meaning behind Quetzalcoatl, just the words Quetzal and Coatl, they say it's the plumed serpent or the feathered serpent, but it's way more. It's the definition of it is way better than that. It's actually the brilliant serpent, or the luminous serpent, which is the Kundalini energy. If you're spiritual, you know what that is. So the Kundalini energy rising in Angel helps him become Tlaloc, aka Rain God. Might got too real for some people there. Might have got too real there. Actually, we want to go back over here. Bear with me here, folks. We're almost done. But you shouldn't want to be done. Why would you want to be done? Okay, so we're back on this screen here. Let me snip this. Oh, Kamala. Uh-oh, computer's getting a little too excited, but that's okay. There is a lot of pictures going on here. Maybe we should delete some. Let's we can remove that. God, I'll just leave it for now. Let's make this smaller maybe. Okay, so let me pull up this picture that I just saved. Images. Pictures. There we go. So this is let me make this bigger too. So this is the temple. One of the people also refer to it as one of the pyramids as well. This is the temple of Quetzalcoatl, right? It's one of the pyramids there that you'll see. You can Google this, look it up. But the two symbols, they missed this. They missed this because I don't know why. But this is the temple of Quetzalcoatl Tlaloc, because you see the dragon here, the dragon that you see, the dragon head that comes out right there. That symbolizes Quetzalcoatl. But what they missed is the cross next to it with the round eyes, the big round eyes, the big circle Google eyes, googly eyes, that's Tlaloc. It's the same being. It's the same being. So, in conclusion, we started this with Quetzalcoatl. That's not in conclusion, but one of this. We started this as Quetzalcoatl as a Messiah type figure, but it's way more than that. It's also God of thunder and lightning. It's fantastic. So that's where we are. Now, why did I? Now that you understand Quetzalcoatl and Tlaloc, so you can Google that too. You can find that that's the exact symbol for Tlaloc and that's the exact symbol for Quetzalcoatl. It's all there. You can fact check me if you want. Please do. It's all there. So their biggest fear at this time, probably for a long time, was the return of Quetzalcoatl. But you gotta understand, everything that is our world, it's like a digital fingerprint. They've been able to run so many simulations a long time ago and look into the future to know who was going to be who, what's going to be what. They ran so many simulations to see let's say if Angel was planning to be someone like president in the future, they would already have known that probably before I reached the age of 5. So that's how ahead they've been of us. So their biggest fear was us realizing that we were more than they told us that we were. But not only was it their biggest fear, these people are that stupid that they took their fear and turned it into, I'm going to mock this person and make fun of them right in their face because they're never going to know it. That's how cocky they were. So when they, let's see, is this it? Let me make this. There we go. So that's what this was. You think it's a coincidence that it was in the Denver International Airport here in Colorado? No. Where was I born? Right here in Loveland, Colorado. So what they're doing here is they're laughing at us saying, yes, we are going to bring the apocalypse down on this earth. And it's going to be here in Colorado because guess what? Your precious bird here, your Quetzalcoatl, we got him boxed in a freaking paradoxical, like Pandora's box, just stuck, almost like a matrix, not able to realize what it is. It's not free. Meanwhile, we're putting black people against white people versus the indigenous people, killing the animals, killing the earth. It doesn't matter because you can't do nothing about it because they got too cocky, because they've always known that the birthplace of Quetzalcoatl was going to be here, Colorado, and they know now that it is I who is Quetzalcoatl. 100%. So when they talk about Q, one of the biggest parts of the Q operation was Q, the people that were behind Q, being able to communicate with me, knowing that I was going to start to wake up. That's what it is. Q for Quetzalcoatl. That's what it is. You don't believe me? Well, I can prove that to you right now. It's fantastic. Let me just get this off my chest too, since we're here. Might as well get it out. The story of Jesus is a complete freaking lie. It was created by, guess who? The Spaniards who came here that brought their Catholicism and their religions. It's all a big fat lie. What they did was they took the story of Quetzalcoatl / Osiris / Ra and they turned it into Jesus, because that's what they do. They wanted the Christ figure to be a Jewish person. So most people don't even realize it. They're worshiping a false Jewish God. When you worship Jesus Christ, sorry, but it's the truth. It is what it is. We had to cross this bridge. You don't have to cross it with me, but I'm going to be over there kicking it in freaking paradise with everyone else who understands what's going on because of this. The whole story of Jesus is a fat lie. It's everything that has to do with the story. They took it from the real story of Quetzalcoatl, who actually ends up being Osiris's. That I can go down that road another time, but the truth is, Ra had a sun boat. They knew Quetzalcoatl had a boat that was traveled by the sun. It's the same being. It's always been the same being. The same spirit. Thor, Tlaloc. It's the same spirit. Do you understand me? It's always been that way. From the beginning of time, there's always been beings who can trigger lightning from their hands, who can summon lightning and rain and thunder. It's been like that from the beginning of time. If you just did some research and look for it, you'll find it. It's fantastic. Where was I going? So yeah, story of Jesus, complete lie. It's just a false god, guys. And you know what? I'll tell you this right now. I am not a god. I am not a god. I am not God. I am not in control of anything. I am just a warrior king. Do you feel me? But I'm not a god. Powerful, magical, spiritual, divine. Not a god. Everything that I can do, I believe many others can do as well. It's a path that you have to take. I can't speak for anyone else, but I believe it's possible. We come from the sun. I had that video pulled up from the Aztec/Mayan elder telling everyone that we believe that we come from the sun. Our energy comes from the sun. We're directly with the source of the sun. We are tied with the sun and the earth. The sun is our father. The earth is our mother. That is what we are. And that is what we believed as Aztecs and Mayas and Mexicas Tenochcas from day one. That's what it is. That's what it's always been. Is everyone like that? Is everyone from the sun? I believe so, but I can't tell you. I can't tell you what you know. I don't know. I can only tell you what I know about me and my people. Which, in all honesty, I consider anyone and everyone my people. My people are anyone that has a soul. That's what it is. That's what it is. It has nothing to do with color. Has nothing to do with where your family. I don't give a shit. If you have a soul and if you're good, we're on the same team. Do you feel me? Quetzalcoatl and Tlaloc. Where was I going with that to sum it all up? So the storm. Q. So the storm. Follow the storm. The sun god Ra. The sun god Ra is the same thing as Quetzalcoatl. Same fucking thing. There's no difference. They try to mock it. They try to mock it on Comedy Central. I'll share that another time because then we'll be here. It's already been 2 hours. I'm not going to go down that path tonight. It's the same thing. So would I consider myself also like a sun god? Yes, but it doesn't make me the all god. You know what I'm saying? Like there's other powers out there way more powerful than me. Other divine universal powers. Some grand creator somewhere, right? Something. This is who I am, but I'm not God. But you could say that I could refer to myself as a sun god, but not God. Does that make sense? But there could be more than one sun gods. There could be several sun gods. There could be several gods of thunder and rain and lightning. It doesn't just have to be one. I don't know that. So instead of saying that I'm the only one, the only thing I can do is say that there has to be more. Can't tell you who they are. Can't tell you what they are, where they are, or why they are. But they are. Because if there's me, there's more. Q. Let's go to Q. So Q drop. I got this right here. So Q and I have been connected from the very beginning. It's been a fun ride. Crazy ride. Sometimes not the funnest ride. A lot of the times not the funnest ride. But overall, in the end, if I was going to pick someone to run with me as president, it would definitely be the person behind Q. We would win easily. Imagine that. Angel and JFK Jr. running for president, vice president. I know people are like, Angel, you'd have to be vice president. Would I, though? Let me go to this next screen, though. I think it'd be best to be president, declass everything, declass the truth, free the people, free the world, and then boom, I go on to my more warrior king lifestyle, not so much president. Okay, let me focus though, because I'm going all over the place. Q post. Let's go here. Okay, so also, let's see. Okay, so also another nickname for Quetzalcoatl is the Morning Star. The heliacal rising of Venus occurs on June 10th, where after a period of darkness is formed into the morning star. Another name for Quetzalcoatl was often considered the god of the morning star, right? The morning star. So the morning star Quetzalcoatl, you could find it. You just Google it, and then you'll see the references there. Why is that significant? Because this is where I start tying in Q, the Q operation, where everyone on TV and on social media and on every social media platform lies about because they can't handle the fucking truth. This is why I never got invited to anything else ever again, because they knew I was not going to sell my soul for anything, or there was not $1 that was going to get me to tell anyone a bullshit lie. And so that's why my YouTube went to 20,000 subscribers and it stopped there. And that's why I deleted it, because there was a lot of dumb shit going on there. And it became very clear real soon that none of this was about fame or being a podcaster. It was about the truth and the light and the love. So the morning sun. I just got done telling you that the morning star is Quetzalcoatl. So this is Q drop. I think 16. No. Brings heat. So this is Q drop 1543. June 17th, 2018. So this is an actual Q drop. Actual, this is official. This is not made up shit. This is what it is. They'll never tell you these things. They will talk shit about Q and QAnon. They'll never show you what these things actually were. So D. Morning sun brings heat. Full moon coming. Undiscovered stars learned. Missions forward. The morning sun brings heat. What did I just tell you Quetzalcoatl was? The morning star. The sun is a star. It's the same thing, guys. It's right there. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? It just gets started there. Again, you'll never see anything like this because they never put it out there. Q is talking about Q or Quetzalcoatl. Same thing. Q and Quetzalcoatl are not the same thing, but God, they get so confusing. Just know this: multiple meanings exist for anything. So Q could mean the letter Q, right? And the people that are behind the Operation Q, but it also is symbolic to Quetzalcoatl. Let me keep going. So you have to expand your thinking, guys. We'll talk about that too in a second. Okay, so what I just get done saying, me and JFK Jr. running for president and vice president, sounds absolutely asinine, right? Maybe it is. Maybe it is. I don't care. Because if it isn't, it's the most fantastic story in the world. So 1587, January 5th, 1987 is my date of birth. I repeat, January 5th, 1987 is my date of birth. I was born at 11:47 a.m. 11:47 a.m. Loveland, Colorado. Do you feel me? So, January 5th, 1987, 1587. Well, Q drop 1587. What? Whoops. Clicked the wrong search, my bad. 1587. I just love it when these things come together. Q drop 1587. Q&A reschedule. Forthcoming. Q&A reschedule. Forthcoming. The forthcoming of what? Everyone talks about the second coming, right? Another lie. Because we're not at the second coming of Christ. Forthcoming. Q&A reschedule. January 5th, 1987. Man, I wish I had my birth chart here. Do I have my birth chart here? Hold on here. This could be significant. Bear with me here. Nope. Sorry. Big waste of time. My bad. Q&A reschedule forthcoming. Q is Q. The numerology behind John Fitzgerald Kennedy equals 17. That equals Q. A. I mean, do you guys know anyone that has a name that starts with A? No, you don't. I mean, you do. You're looking at them. So that's one of the most important drops right there is Q&A reschedule forthcoming. But the significant part about it is that it's my birthday, January 5th, 1987. Getting a little fatigue here. It's been 2 hours and 9 minutes. So what I will... God, I wish I had more time. This is just so jam-packed, but... There's more that I can show you guys, but that's just the beginning. So, again, a lot of people, this is just one of my favorite things to do because it's the truth, but a lot of people think that Q is connected to Donald Trump Jr. To Donald Trump. That was never the case. Q used Trump the way Trump used patriots. Q was trying to get Trump supporters to see and think for themselves. So he pretended to be on Trump's team. And just like Trump pretended to be on America's team. So I know I'm going back and forth here, but just work with me. Let's see. Q drop 1602. Post number 1602. So Q is responding to a Donald Trump Jr. tweet. Congrats to the Democrats who after last night are now officially the party of impeachment, open borders, abolishing ICE, banning the Second Amendment and biosocialism. The Democrat Party of John F. Kennedy is dead. Rest in peace. A weird tweet. So the Q team posted, this tweet struck me as odd. This is 2018, June 27th. Almost as if it was a marker of sorts. And then so Q post responding to that said to Don Jr., if you continue to proceed down this dangerous path, only know that we are prepared. You should know this based on earlier drops in regards to, looks like Saudi Arabia, National Guard, and the military assets activated in U.S. soil. The game is over when the public knows. The fight to keep the lights off is all that matters to you. You will fail. The American people are awake. You lost control. Sheep no more. You underestimated their resolve and their ability to free think away from the pipeline narrative. We will declass. We will shine light. There is nowhere to hide. No amount of money, influence, or power can stop this. Our rights to secure and protect at all costs then become justified. We stand at the ready. Red wave, white squall. In God we trust. Holler if you hear me. So, and then I shared this video with everyone. Let's see, on Facebook, which shows, God, I might as well. Go to my Facebook, you'll see it. It's the one that I posted there that no one has shown. You see Trump coming out after he was announced as president, does the fist pump, and then Q pops out wearing a mask behind the curtain. There's actually a drop to that. That's Q drop 1600, I believe. Nope. 1603. 1601. There we go. Yeah, there's like over 3,000 Q drops. Well, there's a good amount that I have memorized in my head. So let's go to that Q drop. So in the video, You see Trump doing the fist pump, and then the Q person masked, anonymous person pops out, takes the picture. So no one in this world has shared that publicly. Not one person. And that was years ago. And I first shared it publicly October of 2019. Not one other person talked about this. You know why? Because it was classified shit happening. Do you feel me? So Q drop 1601. Fist pumps in reference to President of the United States / Q encounter. Keep up the good fight, Patriot. This will be a very common theme known only to you. Feel proud winning. Where we go one, we go all. So that's what it is. This is what Q was. Q's entire operation was for me to wake up and to realize who I am and to have the confidence and strength and power to run for president of the United States, because this order was put in place a long time ago. It's been a secret destiny of America. A lot of sacrifices have been made. Now, I know we talked about Christ and a lot of other things that I didn't close on. There's more to talk about. If you follow me, not as a social media person, but if you follow these podcasts, start connecting these dots moving forward, you'll see it. You'll see it. It'll speak for itself. I'm not here to brag. I'm not here to say that I'm better than anyone. In fact, I own less things than anyone in this world. I have less money probably than most people my age. By society standards, to this point, I'm probably considered a very unsuccessful person. But that's okay, because the big picture is fantastic. And so the whole Q operation was to help groom me and for me to be able to learn to discern the truth from the fake lies, and to find out just how much bullshit this world is, and then to also realize who I was. That's what this is. That's why I run for president of the United States, which, by the way, I only have to raise $5,000 to be president of the United States, or to run for president of the United States, or contribute $5,000 of my own money to my campaign, which I'm not going to ask anyone for a buck or anything like that. But that's literally all you have to do is put $5,000 into your own campaign, and you could register with the FEC to run for president. I've done the research. It's going to be that easy. So, and then that's what's happening. That's where we're at. Golden Age of Aquarius. All the shit that I covered today, we'll cover more moving forward. Christmas. Why was Christmas on December 25th? That's it. There's no year because it's the same every year. But anyway, it's December 25th. Well, I actually had proof of a video showing how they're actually a good 10 to 11 days behind on the calendar. So they got the dates wrong. So Christ's birthday is supposed to be actually 10 days after 12/25. I have proof. I'll show that next time. It's all, it has to do with the Vatican. They fucked up all the numbers. But I will say this. So I'll prove it to you guys. Actually, I might as well show it, because you can't prove it, because this shit's hard to find because they don't want no one to know this. So maybe I got it on my phone.
What is it that's with us?
Nuestros libros.
In terms of real time.
Entonces, ¿qué hizo? Ponerse al corriente.
So what he did was he caught up. Who was understanding and
Okay,
intelligent.
here's the story, real quick.
Era astrónomo. En aquel tiempo existía un papa que era, pues, entendido, inteligente.
And in that time, there was a pope there who was understanding and intelligent.
Era astrónomo.
He was an astronomer.
Y cuando estudió nuestros libros,
And when he studied our books,
se dio cuenta que los pobres europeos andaban atrasados 10 días con el tiempo real.
he found out that the poor Europeans were backwards 10 days in terms of real time.
Entonces, ¿qué hizo? Ponerse al corriente.
So what he did was he caught up.
Y claro, esto lanzó una protesta general.
Of course, this caused a general protest.
Imagínense los que se supone que habían nacido del día 4 de octubre al día 15,
Imagine those who thought they had been born on the 4th of October found that they were born on the 15th.
¿qué pasó con los otros días?
What happened to the other days?
So there you have it. This is all from the Aztec Mayan calendars combining with a pope or a father in the no, they're not a pope, but one of the fathers in the Vatican. They've been 10 days behind on the calendar. So, and you got to understand, back then there wasn't 365 days in a year. There was 360. There was 30 months. You could either do, not 30 months, 30-day months. So there was either 12 months of 30 days, which is 360 days, or the Aztecs and the Mayans, they did it. There was 18 20-day months. So it doesn't matter. It all equals 360. But isn't that a fun coincidence that they were 10 days behind on the dates, and the date for Christmas is 12/25. You eliminate the 31st because it's not a day, because there's no 31st, and 10 days after the 25th is January 5th, 1987. Not 87, but literally January 5th. Sorry, I get too excited. So there's a lot of coincidences. Again, I was born at 11:47 a.m. here. Do I got to keep... You guys get the point, right? You guys, do you smell what I'm cooking here? It's fantastic. So, and I'm sorry if that blows up anyone's religion beliefs, but hey, the only thing that matters is that there's hope for the future. I mean, it's funny because you there's a stuttering. You ask anyone, you could bring this up to anyone that really believes in Jesus, and there's nothing wrong with them. They're great, amazing, beautiful people. I love them all. But my question to them would be, okay, so Jesus is supposed to return, right? So my question to you is, how did you expect it to happen? How do you expect Jesus to announce himself when he gets here? Is he going to fly in on a white horse coming from the sun? Because if he does, then guess what? You better hope you're in the vicinity, because Earth's a big place. Where is he going to land? You know what I'm saying? Because not everyone's going to see it. So how would everyone see the return of Jesus or Christ? People, do you ever think about that? How would he come into this world? Because I tell you what, the second one person in this world says that they're Jesus, or even now that they're Christ, the first thing that every believing person is going to say is, that motherfucker went crazy. So what did you expect? There was no other way. This was the only way. The best way for me to learn so many things was to do my own research. The best way for me to become a better speaker was to do a podcast for 5 years. It was the only way. There was no other way. The internet would be the only way to announce that you are that being. And so here we are. Think about that, though, because they never think about, well, how would Jesus come back? Well, would he come on, would CNN be like, hey, Jesus, before you tell the world that you're here, use our platform and CNN will broadcast. You think CNN's going to broadcast Christ saying that he's Christ? Hell no. Tell you what, though, they'd be the first to say, oh, that guy said he's Christ. Well, he's crazy. He's probably Satan. And this is probably a thing that they're going to end up pulling out too, is they'll probably, one of the angles that once they really start attacking me publicly, which they will do, that's one of the things they're going to do, is probably start calling me the Antichrist, which is fine. But this flag here, this is the civil, this is the civil, sorry, this is the civil peace flag. This is going to be our flag. We are going to replace the old stars and stripes, the horizontal stripes. Let me make this bigger. Hold on. With this right here, because the symbolism behind the American flag right now sucks. To everyone it's beautiful, right? But it sucks because you have the lines going sideways, which means it's like you're on a treadmill. You're just going, east and west. But once we become president, once we're the 47th president of the United States and we're the leaders of this country, we get that old flag out of here, swap it with this flag, beautiful flag, still has the red, white, and blue, still has the stars and stripes. But guess what? Since we're entering the golden age of Aquarius, fifth dimension, and we're going straight to the top, space travel like a motherfucker. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. There's my like ninth bad word, but it's because I try to clip these out and it's not good for the clips, but it doesn't matter. The fifth dimension, it's ascension. Pretty much once this happens, once I'm 47 president, we change the flag, and the stars and stripes, the stripes specifically, are no longer going sideways. They're going up, because that's where we're going. We're ascending. This is the ascension of Earth. So we're going to create a new Earth. This flag is going to be a good representation of that, and it's going to be, we're going up now. We're not going sideways. We're going straight to the top. We're doing space travel. We're going from 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dimensions. I think that's what it was. It doesn't matter. What matters is we're going to enter the fifth dimension. That's what it is. It's going to be the sixth son of justice. Beautiful lights hitting Earth every day. You just don't know about it. Or maybe you do, but you're not talking about it. That's where we're at. So we swap out the old flag, bring in this new energetic, vibrant, beautiful civil peace flag. No more brother wars. No more sending people to other countries for stupid wars. None of that bullshit. There will be justice and there will be freedom. There'll be prosperity for all, and we'll all be living in a golden age, and it's going to be fantastic. So that's what this flag means. I've been planting the flag, the seed of this flag on Facebook for years now. No one seems to fucking get it. No one seems to be on board. But I tell you what, when this thing really jumps, it's already been, but when it really jumps, I don't know what that means, but when it really jumps, a lot of people are going to wish that they were there from the beginning. And it's not going to matter who was there from the beginning as long as we're all there in the end. That's what matters. But that's all I got. I've been going for 2 hours and 25 minutes straight. No breaks, no nothing. If you made it to this part, you know where we're headed, and you know that everyone's going to be really happy. The only people that aren't realizing this, or the only people that aren't happy at this point, don't know what's coming, but we'll be there to help them. I will be broadcasting, now that I know that it works perfectly fine too, here with my awesome cousin here in Loveland. Oh, I'm so glad to be home. I'm home. I'll be broadcasting a lot more things that I spoke about. The things that I spoke about today, more of it will make more sense moving forward, because you'll now be able to just be connecting the dots, and then you'll be able to call the mainstream media bullshit for their bullshit. You'll see it on your own. It's going to be fantastic. That is all I have. My name is Angel. You can call me Q if you want. Just call me Angel. We'll keep it simple. And this was Streams of Light. May your sun be brilliant. Again, if God is with me, who can be against me? Not one person. I wouldn't want to be anyone that's in my way. That's for damn sure. But that's not the point. The point is that I'm here with everyone, and like I started the broadcast, there's two ways to run a society. You could do it through fear or through hope. The hope is here. You can rejoice now. Things are going to be fine. They're going to try to throw some bullshit out there from the mainstream and the politicians and all this shit. Probably more celebrity deaths, big names to get you really sunk back into it. But it's up to you. It's up to you to realize what's important to you and box yourself in. Find some books. Find out who you are. Go within. But whatever it does, just know this. No matter what they throw at me, no matter what they do, I already received all the threats you can get. Trust me, it's nothing new to me. I'm not afraid of shit. They want to test the powers, they can test the powers. They want to test the sun, they can test the sun. Doesn't matter to me. That's your loss, not mine. And for anyone else that's like, hey, you need to show your superpowers, no, not going to, because just think about every superhero in every superhero movie. The ones who just use their powers just to use them, They're usually the bad guys. If I get attacked, then I'll be forced. I know that sounds like a lame excuse, but in the end, this will all make sense. And you're not going to believe it. You wouldn't believe it. Why do you think every movie, every show is about superheroes now? Because they don't want people to be in shock when they see what's about to happen. Because eventually they're gonna slip up. They're not gonna be able to handle my power rising. They can't. It's already been that way, but it'll get worse. And eventually, they'll probably attack me, or they'll probably attack me physically, mentally, spiritually, publicly, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm ready. They can do whatever they want. I'll be waiting. They know where I live. They know where I work out. They know who I am. They know my phone number. They know my address. They know what I drive. They know where I'm at all times. I am not afraid. And I am telling you this as Warrior King and 47th President of the United States. You don't believe me? Just wait and see what happens. But I'm pretty sure most of you believe me if you made it this far. You want to know why I know I'm going to win? I'll let Muhammad Ali tell you why.
With Fun Drop.
Wait. That's not Muhammad Ali ads. It's unstoppable, guys. Nothing can stop what's about to happen. Nothing or no one. Trust me. I know this.
Who knocks out everybody and no one can whoop him. That's when that little Cassius Clay from
May your
Louisville,
son
Kentucky
be
came up
brilliant.
and stopped Sonny Liston, the man who annihilated Floyd Patterson twice. He was going to kill me. But he hit harder than George. His reach was longer than George. He was a better boxer than George. And I'm better now than I was when you saw that 22-year-old undeveloped kid running from Sonny Liston. I'm experienced now, professional. Jaw's been broke, been lost, knocked down a couple times. Bad. Been chopping trees. I done something new for this fight. I done wrestled with an alligator. That's right. I have wrestled with an alligator. I done tussled with a whale. I done handcuffed.
Do it again.
Who knocks out everybody and no one can whoop him. That's when that little Cassius Clay from Louisville, Kentucky came up and stopped Sonny Liston, the man who annihilated Floyd Patterson twice. He was going to kill me. But he hit harder than George. His reach was longer than George. He's a better boxer than George. And I'm better now than I was when you saw that 22-year-old undeveloped kid running from Sonny Liston. I'm experienced now, professional. Jaw's been broke, been lost, knocked down a couple times. Bad. Been chopping trees. I done something new for this fight. I done wrestled with an alligator. That's right. I have wrestled with an alligator. I done tussled with a whale. I done handcuffed lightning, throw thunder in jail. That's bad. Only last week, I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean, I make medicine sick.
Man, dude.
Bad.
He knew that.
Fast. Last night I cut the light off in my bedroom, hit the switch, was in the bed before the room was dark.
Incredible.
Fast.
Incredible.
And you, George Foreman, all of you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him. All of you. I know you got him. I know you got him picked. But the man's in trouble. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
The thrill of the chase.